Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. Now I'm here you to deliver another lecture of English language. We have done many English language lectures as well as English literature. But before starting my today's lecture, I want to inform you about some important things. I will start the presentations from today. Presentations means I will ask some questions at the end of the lecture and then ask any one of you at one time, and then you will have to give me answer. After that, I will give chances to other persons as well, and it will have the grades. So you will get the grades. So please be careful and listen to the lecture very carefully so that when I will ask the questions at the end, you will be able to answer me and get the good grades. Okay. And I will talk to you about some other things at the end of the lecture. So today is, are you hearing me? First of all, tell me, reply me so that, Walaikum Assalam, Yusaira. Walaikum Assalam, all of you. All of you are hearing me, very good of you. Now please don't concentrate on the in the chat box or in writing something. Concentrate on the lecture because I have some presentation questions at the end and I will ask you. So please be very careful. Now today is lecture number 8 and the topic is application writing. Okay, you have done application before, I think in the previous class, but I want to tell you again the things or how to write the application. There are certain steps you should remember. Okay, don't concentrate in the no, there is no quiz today. Please don't get worried about the quiz or any other thing. Listen to me very carefully. Application definition is that an application is a formal request. Formal request means official, in which you have to write it in the form of application, or you can you can write it you can write computerized in the form, or you can use handwritten form, but it has been written, and it has to be written in two ways. For example, to be considered for a position, it means if you are applying for a job, then you can write an application, or you are allowed to do or have something. It means you are doing the job somewhere, or you are admitting somewhere, or you are performing some duties somewhere and you want some leave. So you have to write application in both ways. Saad, I don't want to see you. Please turn off your camera. And whenever you write it in the form of written work, written material, you can submit it to the authority, or you can say that the authorized person of the institution, or wherever you are um, giving some duties or performing some duties, or institution or the organization. It means you are writing the application for having something, or to do something, or to ask for leave, or to request something, and it has to be submitted to the head of the organization or some authorized person there. Now there are some steps of application writing. You should remember all these steps whenever you write an application. There are 7 steps. First one is addressee. Addressee means you have to write the designation of the person that is the authorized person to whom you are writing the application with address. Okay, this is the first step. You have to write at the top part of the application the designation of the authorized person, or you can say the head of the institution with the address. Then the second step is to write the subject. Subject means you have to write the topic. It is actually the heading of the application, the topic, heading of the topic. Then third step is to write the greetings. Dear sir, respected madam, like this. Then in the fourth part, you have to write the beginning. Beginning means the first paragraph of the application. Then in the fifth step, you will have to write the body. That means you have to write the reason, as well as it is called the middle part of the application. Then next step is the ending. That means the end part of the application or the last paragraph. The seventh, the most important step is to write the date. It should be written at the end. Now I come to the top part of the application. Top part means the important part, which has to be the starting point of the application. There is a thing which should keep in mind, which you should keep in mind, that it must be written from left side of the page. That is with the margin. You all know that your English copies are having the margin lines on the left hand side. So it means you have to start it from the left hand side. I have not made here the margin line, but you can understand that it is the left side of the page. So it is the margin line, and I have started here. Then it has to be started like to. You have to write the starting to, and after that there is a comma. Okay, remember to put the punctuation marks correctly. Then from the comma or at the next line from the comma, you have to write the principal. That is the authorized person or head of the area, head of the institution, head of the school. It means the designation you have to write it here. You have not written the name of the principal here, but you have to write the designation. It means you are writing the application to the principal. And be careful about the spelling of the principal. After that, you have to put a comma. Then in the next line, you will have to write the name of the school, or you can write A.B.C.school. That means there is no need to write the actual name of the school. You can write A.B.C. in place of the actual school name. After that, you will have to put another comma. Then in the next line, you have to write the area name. Here you can see I have written Gulistane-e-Johar because we are in Gulistane-e-Johar, and we are writing from Gulistane-e-Johar. After that, again comma, and then in the last line of the top part, Karachi. That is the city name. And after that, I have put a full stop here. You can see that all are the proper nouns, and we have done the lecture about proper nouns, that they should be started with the capital letter. Karachi, K, Gulistane-e-Johar, G, J, ABC school, the A, it is capital here, principal, the head, because the principal is the proper noun here, so we start with the capital letter. One more thing, you should be very careful about the punctuation marks, that comma and full stop, whatever it is written, and their actual place in the application, you should be very careful about that. And you should know that the capital letters is also included in the punctuation marks. It means you have to be very careful about the punctuation marks. uh, One more thing which I want to tell you, that there are commas in the third line and the full stop at the last line, because in the first three lines the address is incomplete, and in the last line it has been completed. And whenever there is a completion of the statement, we have to show it by putting a full stop at the end. Now it is the complete top part of the application. After that, there is a most important note, that leave one line here. After writing this application top part, you will have to leave one line. Okay, remember this thing, application must start from a new page. Whenever you write in the copy, always start from the new page, and two must be written in the first line, and after that you will continue writing the other things. Now I come to the next part of the application, that is subject. Subject means the heading or topic of the application. You can see that I have written subject, then I have written application for sick leave. This is semicolon here. Then application for sick leave, and it has to be underlined. Remember, The word subject is not underlined, but the topic has to be underlined, and full stop must be placed at the end, which shows that it is complete statement. Application for sick leave, you can see that A is capital, subject S is capital, then sick leave S and L are capital because these are the headings. Okay, and these are the most important and proper nouns here. We can write subject in any other ways also. I have given some of the examples here. Subject can be written like in this way. Subject request for sick leave. Okay, the same topic is here, sick leave, but it has to be written in different way. Okay, again full stop is here. I have exchanged the word, or I have placed request word in place of application. Just this is the difference. Next, another way is to write the subject is that only sick leave. There is no right, there is no need to write request or application or for, and we can write only the heading sick leave. It is also okay, and we can write subject in one of any three ways. There are some examples I have given you to write the subject of for different topics, like request for excursion trip. You can write only excursion trip. Okay, for any informatory trip or for educational trip. Again, you can see that E is capital, T is capital. Then another subject, another example is request for picnic to seaside, or you can write only a picnic to seaside. You can see that P is capital, then C is capital, S is capital for the seaside. These are the proper nouns here. You can write a picnic for to Paradise Point. You can write a picnic to farmhouse. Whatever you want to write in the form of subject. But remember, that subject must be underlined, not the word subject, only the heading. Note, subject must be underlined, which I have already told you. And another note here, that leave one line here. It means when you write the top part of the application, you have to leave one line, then write the subject, and then leave another line. Actually, we are leaving the lines before the subject and after the subject to make the subject prominent, so that whenever a person, whenever if a quick look on the application, by a quick look on the application, a person can understand what is the topic of the application or whatever is written in the application. Now, next step is greetings and beginning. It is actually the first paragraph of the application. Please don't write anything. Don't disturb the class. You're writing, I have seen your name. Aban, if you have to ask any questions, ask at the end, please. Now, greetings means you have to start with some respect. Respected sir slash madam. It means, or the slash means or. It means you have to write any one of the two words, that is sir or madam. If you are writing to a male person, you can use the word sir. If you are writing to a female person, you are writing the word madam. Okay, respected sir, madam. Don't write dear here. Next, then is you have to place a comma here because it is in continuity. It shows the continuity of the application. Then you can again see that it has been written from the margin line. So when we are making the paragraph, we have to leave some space. So I leave here 2-finger space. Then I have started the application. I beg to state that I after that comma, I means you have to write your name of a student. Don't write the words name of a student here, but you have to write your name. For example, if I'm writing my name, I'm writing like this. I beg to state that I, comma, Afshin Imran of class. You have to write your class like 6A, 6B, 6G. Okay. Then again, you have to put a comma because comma shows that this comma is this comma. These shows that within the commas, you have to write about the information about yourself, that your name and your class. Don't write these lines, please. Have been suffering from high grade fever. You can write any other illness. I have written the illness, that high grade fever, since last 2 days. Since last 2 days means you have to write the time period about your illness, for your illness, that for how long you have been ill. Please don't disturb the class. This is the way to write the first paragraph. Like, I beg to state that I, name of student of class, comma, have been suffering from high grade fever. You can write any other illness in place of high grade fever since last 2 days. You have to write about the time period of your illness: 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, 2 week, whatever you have to write. You can write, or for how long period you are writing the application, you have to mention here the time period. It is the time period for your illness. Okay, remember this thing. You can start the first paragraph in other ways also, like, with due respect, it is stated that I, and then continue the same statement from there. Then another way to write the first paragraph, this is to inform you that I, comma, then continue the paragraph, name of a student, from name of a student till time period. Please erase all these things. It is very bad manners. Don't disturb the class. Now it means I have given you three things how to start the, or three ways to start the first paragraph. Okay, then it means in the first paragraph you are mentioning about your illness, and you are mentioning about your duration of illness, that how long you have been ill. In the second paragraph, it is called the body, or the second paragraph, you are writing about your doctor's decision or doctor's advice. Doctor has advised me complete bed rest for 2 to 3 days. It means your doctor's advice you have written here in the second paragraph, and because of that you are writing the reason. I'm not able to come to school for 5 days. Please don't disturb the class. I'm watching your name. Very bad of you. That is from Monday the 11th of July, comma 2020 to Friday, comma the 15th of July, comma 2020. Now here you can see that in the first line you have written about the doctor's advice, and in the second line you have written the reason here, that why you are not able to come to school, as well as you are giving, asking about that you are not able to come to school for different days. You can mention here the number of days. First of all, you are mentioning here the number of days, then after that you will have to write about the dates. It means you have to mention the days and as well as the days, like, that it shows the number of days and dates. From Monday, that means you have to mention the day, then comma, then date, the 11th of July. You can see that July, J is capital because it is a proper noun, comma, then you have to mention the year 2020 to Friday. To Friday, that is from Monday. If you remember that we have done the preposition, that starting point of anything we are using from, and the ending point of anything we are using to. That is Friday the 15th of July. Again, you have mentioned the date here, 15th of July, then comma, then 2020, the year. After that, you will have to put the full stop. It means you have completed the statement. Whenever you put the full stop, it means the statement has been completed. Then we have the ending. That means the third paragraph of the application. You have mentioned your illness. You have asked in the first paragraph, you have asked about the leave. In the second paragraph, as well as you have given the reason, and therefore in the last paragraph you are asking the leave. Therefore you are requested, comma, you are requested to grant me sick leave for the above mentioned dates. Above mentioned dates means you have mentioned the dates in the second paragraph, and then you are writing the third paragraph. So it is not needed to write the dates again in the third paragraph, because you have already written here above mentioned dates. Okay. After that, in the last line, you have to say thanks. I will be very grateful to you for this act of kindness. This is one way of say thankfulness. And there is another way. I will be very thankful to you for your cooperation. This is another way to say thanks. And then thanking you in anticipation. This is another way to say thanks. This is the last paragraph. I hope you are understanding very clearly. Now we come to the bottom part of the application. Now there is another important thing to keep in mind, that it must be written from right side of the page. Right side of the page means this side of the page, that means where your page ends or your lines ends. Please don't disturb the class, erase all these things. And you have to write the bottom part. In the bottom part you have to write yours obediently. Remember, whenever you write yours, there is no apostrophe anywhere, and Y is capital, then obediently, the O of obediently is capital, and there is a comma after that. Be very careful about the spelling of obediently. After that, you will have to write X dot Y dot Z dot, that is XYZ, or you have the option to write your own name here. It is optional. You can write your own name, but it is very nice to write XYZ. After that, you have to mention your class 6, or you can also mention your section, class 6A, 6B, 6G. In the last line, after everything completed, you will have to write the date, that is 10th July, comma 2020. Here you can see that I have written TH with 10, not written 10 only. Then July, I have mentioned the date, then month, and after that there is a comma, not apostrophe, remember this thing, and after that there is the year mentioned at the end. And there is no need to write any full stop here, because a full stop is not placed with the date. Okay, remember all these things. I hope you have understood everything very clearly. So it is your time to ask me some questions. After that, yes, I know the name of the child who is disturbing us. Very bad of him, and I have complained um, about him, and but he is very much a disturbing child. I think he's not he's misbehaving continuously, and very bad of him. He's not obeying his elders. Very bad of him. So it is the time to ask you some questions. If you have any question, ask me within a minute. After that, I will start asking questions. Okay. Do you have any question? Hope you have understood everything very clearly. Are you hearing me clearly? Shanti Kumari, what is the mistake? Yes, Iman, I understand that it is very bad behavior. He's not concentrating on the lecture. He's disturbing everybody. Those who are concentrating, they are also disturbed. Now, I want to show you some presentation questions, and then I will ask any one of you to give me the answer. Okay? So I think you all are ready. Okay. Now, read the questions. If you have a rough notebook, note them down so that you will answer me very easily. The question number 1 is, I will give you the grades in this. Okay. What is an application? You have the first question, what is an application? Next question is, what do you write in the beginning of an application? Beginning, remember, I'm not asking the top part of the application. I'm asking about the beginning. That means, what do you write in the beginning? First paragraph. I'm asking about the first paragraph. Next question is, how do you write the subject for leave for cousin's marriage? I have given you some examples to write the subject. So there is an option or a question for you to tell me about the subject for cousin's marriage if you want a leave for cousin's marriage. Then there is another question, what do you write in the body part of an application? Body part means the middle paragraph. Okay, what important thing you will write in the body part of an application? You have to tell me that thing. Okay, Remember, it has been written in the second paragraph. Body part means second paragraph. Next thing, the next question is, where do you write the date in application? Where do you write the date? Okay, you have to tell me the position of the date where it has to be written in the application. I hope you have all noted these questions. So note down these questions, then I will ask the answers from you. Okay, I think you have understood it very well. Now this is the time for me to ask the questions from any one of you, as well as this is the beginning of the presentation. Okay, I hope you all are ready. Hibal, unmute yourself. Tell me the answers. Are you hearing me, Hibal Javed?
Yes, miss.
Saad, are you hearing me? Unmute yourself.
Yes.
Unmute yourself and then answer me. Are you hearing me? Hibal, tell me the answers, please. Hibal,
Miss,
tell me the answers. I'm not
can
hearing
you hear
you.
me?
Turn on your camera, please. Hibal, Saad, any one of you, turn on your
Can you hear
camera,
me?
Saad, so that I will ask questions.
Can you hear me now?
Saad, can you give me the answers? I can't hear you.
Yes, miss.
Turn on your camera, Saad. Hibal, I can't hear you. You are telling me that you are speaking, but I can't hear you. I don't know what's the problem here. Okay, I think write the answers on the chat because I can't hear you. Okay, Hibal, write the answers, please. Are you hearing me, Hibal? Please reply me. Yes or no? Other students, please, have you seen the questions? Please reply me the answers. These are the questions for presentation. What is an application? What do you write in the beginning of the application? What about the subject? And what do you write in the body part of the application? Write the answers here. Hibal, yes. Very good answer. Your answer is right. Iman, you have not written in the correct way the answer. Your answer is right, sir. Very good, Hibal. Your answer is right. Dilaves, it's very good. You have written the correct answer. Please tell me the answers. Rehma isn't. No, Rehma, you have written in the wrong way. Nida, you have written in the wrong way. Please write the correct answers. The statement is wrong. And please tell me other answers as well. I'm not asking only answer number 1. You have to give me the answer number 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm waiting for your replies. Are you hearing me? Please reply, students. Okay, Sana, you have given the right answer. Bisma, right? You have to give me the answer in the short form, but your statement must be right. There should be no grammatical mistake. Otherwise, I am considering is it wrong. Okay? Yes, Dilavesh, you have written right. Saad, you have given me very right answer, but I'm not asking about the job application. Okay? Because if you want to apply somewhere, you are writing all these things in the form of curriculum vitae, or you can say CV. But I'm not asking these kind of things. I am asking about your level. Okay, class 6 level, in which you are writing the application to the principal. You are asking something. Okay, Diamond is right, but I am now coming to question number 2 or 3 or 4. Do not answer me question number 1. Okay, give me answer number 2. What do you write in the beginning? I am asking the subject which I have given you. How do we write the subject for leave for cousin's marriage? No, Dilabez, your answer is wrong. In the beginning, your answer is wrong. Tell me about the body part. Answer number 4. You, Sarah, your answer number 2 is right. Very good. Now, others of you, please write the answer of question number 2 and 5. I'm again showing you the questions. What is an application? What do you write in the beginning of the application? I have told you to note down the questions. How do you write the subject for leave for cousin's marriage? What do you write in the body part of the application? And where do you write the date? So please, please, please Write the answers so that I will see who is writing. Hibal, I am asking the beginning. No, Ajwa, it is wrong. It is not the right subject. It is not the way to write a subject. Hibal, I have seen your beginning, but there is a mistake. You have not written the M with capital letter. And you have written here wanted. Wanted means you are writing in the past tense. You have to write in the present tense. I want. There is a mistake. Okay. Dilaviz, I'm not asking the word beginning. Tell me, what do you write in the beginning? These are the questions. Tell me the answers, please. This is not the way to write, respected madam. Your words are right, but the how do you write? There are many punctuation mistakes. You, Sarah, your writing, your answer is wrong. You are not writing the letter. Okay. I have asked you what do you write in the body part. You have to write the most important thing. Bisma, your answer is right. Please hurry up, write the answer so that I can see. You said I'm not asking about the subject for sick leave. I'm asking about the subject whenever you write the application for leave for your cousin's marriage. No, this is wrong, respected madam. Dilaviz. It is wrong. There is some mistake here. Find out your mistake. You have written in the correct way, but there is a mistake. No, Saad, it is wrong. I will upload this lecture in the YouTube channel and I will share the link in the Google Classroom so that you will see the application again. And there is very little time left, so I stop here and I will continue my Dilaviz. Your answer is right. I will continue in my Friday's lecture. On Friday, I will take the dictation. So prepare for the lesson bedtime. Read it thoroughly with spellings, with all the information given in the first paragraph, first lesson, bedtime. So prepare for the dictation taken on Friday. Okay. Now I stop here and then I will continue. I will meet you on Friday. Allah Hafiz.